jumping on the salt element. The main ways to get salt, obviously you can add very high quality salt, is what I always recommend, and that isn't just sea salt. Always look for unprocessed sea salt, which is much easier to find these days in health food shops. Unprocessed sea salt hasn't been treated with chemicals, hasn't been bleached, and therefore has a trace element of all 92 minerals that are usable by the human body and exist on the planet. And those trace minerals are massively nourishing for all of our cells, all of our DNA. Typically we're only taught about sort of the key common dozen minerals that we're taught are good for us. Things like calcium. Again, there are many different types of these elements. They have to be the right type of calcium, the right type of magnesium. You know, calcium from chalk, which sometimes is what's added to cheap supplements, is not going to do the body any good at all and might actually do the opposite. If you want to get calcium in your body, you want to have great calcium from fresh fruit, vegetable sources. So, salt-wise, all those 92 minerals in there, they're all things that are trace minerals, even things like gold and silver and germanium and selenium. These are all the lesser known minerals, but they're coming more and more to the fore as people understand that this is good for the immune system, that is good for the brain, this is good for the heart, and all those 92 minerals have a function in the human body. And the more whole foods, the more wild foods, the more high quality organic foods we eat, the more likelihood there is of us getting all of those minerals in there. And the great thing about sea salt is, and the strange thing is that the oceans of the world actually contain all of these 92 minerals. Not only do they contain all 92 minerals, but in the correct ratio for the human body. That's because everything on this planet is a sort of holographic reflection of everything else. So the human body and the blood and the liquids in the body are a reflection of the planet Earth and the oceans on the Earth. So the same mineral balance that is in the seas is the same mineral balance that should be occurring in our bodies. So if you have unprocessed sea salt, you are homeopathically receiving all those minerals in the right balance, which gives certain information and nutrients to the body and helps it come into a better state of balance and well-being. So that's the salty element. Other things on the salty front.
The other types of salt, like Himalayan crystal.
Yeah.
Is that got the same amount of minerals?
Yes, it is. There are probably unlimited amounts of variety in unprocessed sea salt that we can get if we look hard enough, or we forage it ourselves. If we go into, I know the Whole Foods in High Street Kensington has a whole salt selection. They have at least probably 20 or 30 different unprocessed sea salts around the world. There are pink ones, red ones, green ones, blue ones, black ones, and they all contain, they're all different variations on mineral balances. So it's definitely recommended to play around them all. Try one today, next time try something else. I wouldn't recommend just sticking to one, because that's just limiting. Well-being and deliciousness and playfulness is all about experimentation. The only thing that I would say on the side of the Himalayan crystal sea salt, it's a really brilliant salt, and it obviously comes from very pristine oceans because it's been fossilized, as it were, in the mountains for about 300 million years. So it came from very pristine, clean oceans. However, it's also old. It's old in good ways, that it's fresh, and there's not necessarily the same pollution in the oceans that there is today. But there's something about the energy of it. It's not present moment. It's not something that's been harvested off the salt flats this year or last year. So it's good to play with both ends of that equation. And the other great things, one of the best source of salt in the vegetable kingdom that grows on Earth is celery and celery juice. And many people don't like celery. I still don't like celery. I never liked it growing up. I can just about get away with having it in a salad now. However, I have been drinking probably at least a litre of celery juice a day for over 10 years. And I love celery juice and I can digest it fine. I've got no problem with the taste. I mean, I mix it with other things like apple and whatever. But even on its own, I can drink it straight. That's a point to bear in mind. It's really, 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 really rich in sodium and good salts.